That's the way life is. I'm just giving you reality. And this is give me one more minute. The problem with Christians is this. A lot of Christians, that is, they don't want to accept reality. The reality is, the reality, Cody, is that you can't prove your God exists. You can't prove your Jesus exists. You can't prove hell. You can't prove heaven. You can't prove all these things. All you can do is give your opinions, your beliefs. That's it. And you're stuck. That's why there's such thing as Islam and Hinduism and a million other gods, because you can't prove gods exist, so you can make up any god you want and be just as equal as your Christian God. Any God. Go ahead.
Actually, I can give arguments for all of those.
Muslims give arguments too.
That would take us afield to a different topic, of course. But
you can't give an argument for God, your God. If you give an argument for your God, it's giving an argument for Zeus, Thor, Hercules, and every other god. Well, if you want to use the Kalam,
I'm not aware of any argument for Zeus, but I'd be interested to hear one.
Yeah, the moment you argue fine tuning, the moment you argue the way the world is and all that stuff, the moment you argue that, you're arguing for all gods. Even William Lane Craig admitted, after giving an 2-hour lecture, a kid asked him, "What about Zeus? What about Allah?" And William Lane Craig folded. He goes, "Well, actually, yeah, when I use these arguments, I am arguing for a general God, not the Christian God."
Here's the thing. I actually know William Lane Craig. I'm in his defenders class and everything, and he's also stated that his arguments are part of a cumulative case. Yes, it's true that arguments like the Kalam, fine-tuning, moral...
Thank you. You admit BrettStrong is right.
Those argue for a general God.
Thank you.
But the argument that you're missing out that does argue for the Christian God would be the argument for the resurrection of Jesus. And like Jesus was who he said he was, and he rose from the dead, and all that proves the Christian God exists.
Okay, no, okay, Cody. No, stop right there. I'm going to get you, because that's where I'm good at. That's my expertise. I would tell William Lane Craig. I would tell William Lane Craig just like I would tell you. Matter of fact, when you see William Lane Craig, send this message from BrettStrong, that when he argues for Jesus, he's arguing from a point that even he himself said that when I argue for Jesus, that it doesn't carry the confidence one can have in a civil war. That's how bad his argument is, that he himself admitted that when I argue for Jesus, the case of Jesus, it is not as secure as even the civil war that happened hundreds of years ago. So when he argues for Jesus, when he's being honest, he would tell you, like, I'm not arguing for certainty, I'm arguing on probability, but not something to be certain about.
Works, yes.
So don't sit here and say that probability proves your God is true. No, it doesn't. Probability is, hey, this probably happened.
It's true beyond a reasonable doubt.
Okay, Cody, let me straighten you on this, because this is my expertise, Jesus. Did you know the material that you or William Lane Craig uses to talk about Jesus? That material, the best material we have, no court in America would accept as evidence. They would say, I don't know what you call it, but it ain't evidence. Because we don't have an original. We don't have anything close to an original. We don't, as Bart Ehrman would say, we don't even have a copy of 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 a copy, etc., of any book of the Bible. So don't sit here and say you have a... No, hang on, Cody. No, hang on. Don't sit here and say you have a case for Jesus when I just said what I just said. You don't.
But Bart Ehrman, whom you may be interested to note, also says that he admits when pressed that the New Testament text we have is 99.95% textually pure. He's a textual critic here. All the variations are so minor, so we can safely say that we have an accurate copy.
No, you can't. We don't have any... No, hang on. Cody, the entire first century, we don't have anything of any book of the Bible. So don't sit here and tell me that you can create a case for Jesus when this is my area of expertise. You can't. All you can do, when Dan Wallace says, oh, we can recreate 99.9% of the Bible, even Bart Ehrman said, prove it. Because Bart Ehrman debated Dan Wallace, and Dan Wallace said, hey, Bart Ehrman, we can reproduce the New Testament with 99% accuracy. Bart Ehrman said, prove it, because we don't have an original. So how can you make that statement? So, Cody, send that.
We're getting a little too far afield here.
Exactly, because that's my area of expertise. Thank you.
We're returning back to the question of abortion here.
Send that to... Okay, play this piece, record it, and give it to William Lane Craig. He will see that he's been defeated by Brett Strong. Back to the abortion. Go ahead.